ABC.
Welcome back to From the Press Box. Remembering Marty Ballin, who died on Thursday at the age of 76. Lead singer of this song. Jefferson Starship, of course, in the Jefferson Airplane also. Had a couple of hits as a solo artist, too. Remembering Marty Ballin right here. Even though we faded him out. Just, no one played anything for him. I played a nice 30-minute set for him on yesterday's Free-For-All.
Is he the lead singer of the Jefferson Memorial, too?
No, that's something else.
Just checking.
Yes, they like the Jefferson. Matter of fact, Mickey Thomas can't go out as a Jefferson Starship. He has to go out as Starship. So, it's a long thing. Anyway, brother.
No comment to that because
we talked about the Mets quickly. There are in the National League. There are one-game playoffs today. Hard to believe. Cubs play the Brewers at 1, and Rockies play the Dodgers at 4 p.m.
How about that? That's crazy.
You don't see two wild card games like that. Two.
These are not wild card games. These are one-game playoffs.
Yeah.
To see which team. And actually, the thing I want to point out here: Cubs play the Brewers at 1:00. The winner wins the National League Central Division title, and the loser goes to the wild card game. Right. Rockies play the Dodgers at 4 p.m. Same thing. Winner wins the National League West title, and the loser goes to the wild card game. So, besides trying to, having to play a game 163, basically what these teams are doing is trying to finalize their travel plans for the upcoming postseason. And I can guarantee you that none of these teams wants to play the wild card game because whoever wins, the Central team would be the host for the wild card game because both of those teams have better records than the teams from the West. So let's say the Brewers win. That means the Dodgers or the Rockies are going to Chicago, or they're going to Milwaukee, one or the other. I mean, those two cities are about 100 miles apart. So they both know they're going, somewhere in the Midwest, and it's probably going to be kind of chilly. Not that Colorado isn't chilly too, but it's going to be a fairly long flight, and there's no day off. It's you're getting on a plane immediately after that game, and you're flying wherever you need to go. So that's a big issue as far as if I'm the West, I really want to win that game today so that I can have a day off or a couple days off and get myself situated in whatever the next town is going to be that I need to go to.
Good
point. But right now for that it's crazy. This has never happened with two teams in the same or four teams in the same league having two division titles tied and having to play on an extra day. But again, because the National League wildcard game is Tuesday, the American League wildcard game is Wednesday. But because of that schedule, it's going to be a difficult situation for the losers because the Yankees played yesterday. They don't play again until Wednesday, so they have Monday and Tuesday off. The National League wildcard teams now will not have a single day off between the end of the season and the National League Division Series. So that's a little difficult. You can't plan your pitchers. The Red Sox, for example, or have their rotation in line. Chris Sale's going to start game one, whoever they're playing against, whether it's the Yankees or the Athletics. But these teams, Cubs, Brewers, Rockies, Dodgers, they can't really plan their rotations or anything. It's just whoever's turn it is. Hey, you're the next guy up. You're up. Go.
That's
Go win a game for us. That's what it is.
Win or go home. So
that's
almost.
That's the postseason.
Also, we should say that the Islanders open their season Thursday at the Carolina Hurricanes. Home opener Saturday against the Nashville Predators at the Barclays Center. Their first game at Nassau Coliseum for those who want to go there and who doesn't. December 1st against the Columbus Blue Jackets. There'll be about 20 games, I believe, this season.
I believe that was the number.
I'm not sure how
almost half.
I'm not sure how the playoffs are going to work. They haven't said anything. Will they split them?
Hey, let's get them in the playoffs before we start to worry about that. It's not exactly like the Islanders are getting to the playoffs every year.
No, that's true. But they do practice at Eisenhower Park, so that's where their practice rink is. So this is going to be a lot easier for the Islanders. They practice at the Eisenhower Park, and they can literally walk to the Coliseum.
I would think if the Islanders do make the playoffs, then whatever A, availability, and B, whatever financial considerations, those would be the two decision makers far as what building they will play in.
We'll see if the Barclays gets rid of that truck that's right next to the next to the net.
Why do you always want to talk about the car?
Because
Why?
why can't they put seats there? Like real? Are they making that much money from that? It looks like minor league crap.
Please stop. You've said this 9 times.
But it looks
on the
minor
show.
league. It looks bush league.
Fine. All right. I get it. We get it. Everybody gets it. You've said it so many times.
Well,
everybody gets it.
Maybe we have new listeners who haven't heard
Everybody gets it.
who
My
haven't
brother
heard it.
hates the car at Barclays Center.
I
All
do.
right?
It's
All
the
right, we're done.
stupidest thing in the world.
Very good, brother.
You know?
Very good. What about the Yankees, brother? We haven't even really talked about them.
Well,
a lot of Met stuff. You're going off on your own stuff with the playoff games now. Let's talk about the Yankees, brother.
Well, I was going to talk football.
Well, let's talk about the Yankees, and then we'll get to the football.
Let's talk for Yankees. They finished 162. Maybe not as many wins as people thought in June. But
What's wrong with 100 wins? What do you mean not as many wins? 100 wins.
I thought they were going to get like 108 or 9 or something.
Wow. Come on.
Why am I a bigger believer in the Yankees than you, brother?
It has nothing to do with belief. I mean, you talk about massive injuries this year. Aaron Judge missed a month and a half. Gary Sanchez missed big chunks of the season. The pitchers have been kind of in and out of the lineup. Come on. I mean, for the fact that the Yankees won 100 games with a first-year manager who, let's face it, didn't always know what he was doing.
No, that's
you know,
true.
I'm still kind of on the fence about Aaron Boone with some of the decisions that he's made. But the Yankees clinched the wild card spot, and they clinched home field, which is good because, as we said last week, you wanted to avoid that flight to Oakland at all costs, even though they would have been in Oakland today. They'd have tomorrow as a training day, today off probably, tomorrow training day, and then Wednesday is the game. But you don't want to play that game in Oakland. So the fact that the game is at home, I'm confident. The Athletics have a good road record. They're another team like the Yankees. They hit a lot of home runs, and we all know the Yankee Stadium is a very, very friendly, hitter-friendly park. I am personally expecting Luis Severino to start the wild card game. That would leave J.A. Happ to pitch against Chris Sale and the Boston Red Sox to start the ALDS. And before anybody says it, no, I am not discounting the Athletics. They are a very good team, a very dangerous team, and this is going to be a difficult game. And that's why I want Luis Severino on the mound. He is the Yankees' best starter. And I know that Happ has pitched extremely well since he's come over from the Blue Jays, but I want my best guy on the mound, and my best guy is Severino. And if he's got any issues, he's looked better in the last few weeks. I have no qualms about sending him to the mound. There is no word yet on who is going to start for Oakland, but they could go with this opener approach as opposed to a regular starter. The format that my brother can't stand. But the Athletics and manager Bob Melvin are talking about having reliever Liam Hendricks start the game and then go with an assortment of bullpen arms to get through 9 innings. I have to say I'm not a fan of this setup. But the Tampa Bay Rays made it work this season and actually came within a handful of games of being involved in a wild card spot. But I mean, if you're a playoff team, I find it hard to believe that you're a playoff team and you don't have one decent starter to start the game. Now, that being said, Oakland has lost 4 starters to Tommy John surgery this year.
Wow.
So the fact that they're even in the wild card game is nothing short of a minor miracle. And to me, Bob Melvin of the Athletics is a shoo-in for manager of the year. And I don't care what the Red Sox have done this season because their payroll is $250 million. Bob Melvin has done this with a cast of retreads and starters and a bunch of arms that this time in February, we're half of them were looking for jobs.
Right.
So he's done a fantastic job with the Athletics. Should get an extension. But like we said, the winner of this game goes to the wild card or goes to the American League Division Series to face the Red Sox. The Houston Astros will face the Cleveland Indians in the other ALDS series. So, and the other thing to remember that the Yankees won 4 of the last 6 games against the Red Sox in this last week of the season. The Red Sox did win the season series 10-9, but they're basically even. So anybody who wants to assign more significance to any of it, I don't understand. Because, yes, the Red Sox did clinch, and they didn't have anything to play for in this last week. But when the Red Sox play the Yankees, the games always matter. You can say they don't, but they do.
They always do.
So, We'll see what happens. It's going to be fun. I think it'll be a fun. I think the American League playoffs are going to be a bit more entertaining than the National League. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of curious to see some of these teams in the National League and who is able to do what. But I think there are better teams in the American League as far as the playoffs go. Right. So there's not really one team in the National League that scares me, and there are at least 3, if not more, teams in the American League. You can say the Red Sox, the Astros, and the Yankees. All of them won 100 games. All of them are certainly capable of winning a World Series, even if the Yankees are a wild card team. And don't rule out Cleveland Indians. Their starting pitching is certainly capable of winning a playoff series or getting to a World Series. And again, I don't see the depth in the National League. I don't see teams that are complete teams. I see definite flaws with pretty much any. The Braves are very young still. Definitely an emerging team. You look at the Cubs. The starting pitching is suspect at best. The Brewers, the same thing with the starting pitching. It's not very good. The Dodgers have better starting pitching, but not the bullpen that you need to win. And the Rockies their pitching has been better this year, but the Rockies' pitching is always an issue. So that's my quick synopsis of the playoffs right there. But just to say, the Brewers went 19-6 down the stretch, brother, and they won their last 7 games to tie the Cubs for the now to put this into a 1-game playoff. So
that's very impressive.
You know what, Christian Yelich? If Christian Yelich has a big game today, like a big one, let's say he hits a couple home runs and drives in 6 runs, which isn't unheard of.
Right.
It'd be a big game. He could win the Triple Crown. That's how close he is. He's like 1 home run away. He's a couple of RBIs away, and he's like a couple of hits in his batting average.
Say, well, it wasn't fair. He had 160.
Doesn't matter. That's his season.
I know.
But if he goes, let's say he goes 4 for 4, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, he'll win a Triple Crown. I mean, not that it's like an award or anything,
right.
or actually, I guess it would be. But I mean, 68, I think it was. Carlos Yastrzemski was the last player to win a Triple Crown. 67. That it would be unbelievable, and I knew Christian Yelich was having a great season. I didn't realize he was having that great of a season. He's been phenomenal this year. I went back and looked at his numbers.
And you say what you want about the wild card whole thing. The argument about when they first started. Oh, it's going to ruin baseball.
Yeah.
You know what? It's actually made it better.
I don't know about that, but
you get these close.
It's made it more interesting. I'm not crazy about this 1-game series because to me it's just put the wild card, put the 4th best team, 4th best record against the top team, and do it that way. I don't like this 1-game series.
Well, I think they do that just because it's a level.
It's an event.
It
makes it an event.
It's a TV event for TBS.
I mean the Yankees had what, the 3rd best record in the American League because
right.
I think the Astros won 102 games. But they had the 3rd best record in the American League, and they're playing a 1-game series or 1-game playoff to decide their season.
Right.
That's crap.
I agree with that. That part is maybe not right.
They should be playing a playoff series after you win 100 games.
Well, the problem is then becomes you're way into November.
No, it's you're eliminating a game. You're not adding anything. You're eliminating the wild card game or that one.
Yeah, but what do you make it 3 out of 5 then?
For what? I don't know what you're talking about.
The series.
Which series?
The Oakland A's Yankees.
No, I'm saying eliminate that game.
Right. So you still got okay.
So there's no wild card period.
But then
it's just you have a wild card team.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you have 4 playoff teams instead of 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
That's what I didn't like. The adding of the other team.
They need the TV money. That's why.
It's just you're creating an event, and it's a non-starter.
An event though is what people watch who don't watch baseball, and that's how they sell their money. So. I don't know, brother. Anyway, one more thing I want to add about the Mets.
What's that,
on Sunday, Jose Reyes, who's probably won't be the Mets next year.
No.
He was out there for the first inning. He led off the inning, and then they took him out and allowed him to get the cheers similar to what David Wright got, which I thought maybe they should have waited maybe a second hit or second inning. It's not like he's injured or anything.
Did he get a hit in his first at bat?
No.
Then he probably wasn't scheduled to play. So
probably wasn't. But
that was probably the reason.
Yeah. But it was nice. The first person to greet David Wright when he came in into the dugout was Jose Reyes. So,
of course.
You know, they're definitely good buddies.
Yeah. They go back way back. They basically started together, so
Right.
that's no surprise.
Let's